This is the IBC Distribution Centre. Channel 10. International Stereo Sound for Television. Right channel. This is the IBC Distribution Centre. Channel 10. International Stereo Sound for Television. Right channel. This is the IBC Distribution Centre. Channel 10. International Stereo Sound for Television. Right channel. This is the IBC Distribution Centre. Channel 10. International Stereo Sound for Television. Right channel. This is the IBC Distribution Centre. Channel 10. International Stereo Sound for Television. Right channel. This is the IBC Distribution Centre. Channel 10. International Stereo Sound for Television. Right channel. This is the IBC Distribution Centre. Channel 10. International Stereo Sound for Television. Right channel. This is the IBC Distribution Centre. Channel 10. International Stereo Sound for Television. Right channel. This is the IBC Distribution Centre. Channel 10. International Stereo Sound for Television. Right channel.
Ladies and gentlemen, this morning we are about to see some of the greatest Paralympic swimmers battle it out for a place in tonight's finals. It's a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to be here this morning, and we need to make sure that the atmosphere in this pool is as electric and as supportive as it possibly can be for all those swimmers about to compete. Now, I know that you, along with myself, we've had 2 weeks off any cheering since the Olympics ended, so I think we need to get ourselves warmed up. And what we're going to do is have a little competition. We want to know who can cheer the loudest. Is it the men or is it the women? Now, I think we'll go ladies first. And all the ladies in the pool, I want to ask you to give me the biggest cheer you possibly can when I count down 3, 2, 1. Are you ready? Ladies, girls, give me the biggest cheer. 3, 2, 1. That was a very loud cheer. Men, you have quite a big job to beat there. So all the men, please, men and boys, 3, 2, 1, can you beat it? Go! Well, I think both of those...
Well, good morning once again. This is day 2 at London 2012 Paralympic Games, and we look forward to some dramatic swimming in the pool once again. The crowds are ploughing into their seats to enjoy. Yeah, thank you. Thanks.
I think that's going to be very hard to beat. I know I'm biased, but men, if you can beat that, I'm going to be very impressed. One last time. 3, 2, 1. Fantastic. Well, we'll have a fantastic time, ladies and gentlemen. I think what we'll do, before I leave you, we'll have one more cheer all together to give those swimmers all the support that they deserve. Everybody all together. 3, 2, 1. Thank you very much. Have a fantastic morning.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Aquatic Centre here at London 2012. We are moments away from welcoming the officials onto the pool deck, which will then mean we are just a short few minutes away from the action starting here at the Aquatic Centre. Ladies and gentlemen, your job here today is pretty simple. If you see yourself on camera, like these two ladies here and that gentleman there, give us a wave. Show us your flags. Don't show us your ticket. How are you wearing a jumper and a jacket in this condition, sir? That's your job. Another one of your jobs is to be as loud as you possibly can. London, these are your Paralympic Games as well. Make as much noise as you can here inside the Aquatic Centre. That's just not good enough. There are small football grounds that make more noise. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the Paralympic Games. Let me hear you. So again, throughout the day, you'll probably see yourself on the big screen. You do wave your flag, show us your banner, show us the country that you're supporting. I can't imagine what nation that lady's supporting. Dressed herself in her flag, then bought another flag. Good morning.
International Paralympic Committee Technical Delegate, supervises. The referees for this session are, for the men's events, Sue Barker, and for the women's events, Thomas Petzold. The starters for this session are, for the men's events, Martin Noble, and for the women's events, Glenda Orr. We now invite the technical officials to take their seats.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are now just less than 1 minute away. London, are you ready for this at the Aquatic Centre for Paralympic Games? Make yourself as hard as you can so the people at home on the TV and the radio can hear you. Make some noise, London. This is 2012. These are memories from the elephant you will not forget. So cherish every moment when you see yourself on the screen. Give us a quarter away. That's a quarter. Look at that. Yeah, anymore. Ladies and gentlemen, once again, moments away. This is the Paralympic Games. You're the crowd. Make some noise.
A very good morning, everybody. My name is Nick Gillingham. I'll be bringing you live swimming action here in London 2012 as the Paralympic swimmers get underway for day 2. We have 35 races across 15 events this morning. The crowd's already filling their seats and the competitors come out for heat number 1 in the men's 400 metres freestyle S8. 8 lengths off the pool. We will be seeing the world record holder Sam Hind going in heat number 1. He'll be in lane 4 from Great Britain, 4:26.08. He's also the Paralympic record holder and defending his title here, the Paralympic record 4:26.25 that he set in Beijing in taking the gold medal. There's the man on the 12th of September 2008. So all eyes on Sam Hind here in heat number 1. Smitka will go in lane 2. Burkhardt in 3, Hind in 4, Wang in 5, McGrath goes in 6 and Suri in 7. That's Burkhardt from Germany. 4:39.67 his entry time. Two German competitors. Smitka and Burkhardt go next to each other in 2 and 3. The does once again fall quiet at the start.
Take your marks.
Nice start for Sam Hind through the air, but first to surface was Wang from China. Got Hind right back to him, 25 metres. And Sam Hind just stroking out there, looking comfortable in 30.73. A little less than half a second clear of Wang at the turn. see how high his hips are in the water. Very, very good level of natural buoyancy at the surface. And trying to cut those fingers in with a long reach forwards before he starts to pull back underneath the body line. .63.60 at the turn. That's quick. Just about on world record pace. Moving to his right-hand side, he'll see he's a complete body length clear of Wang at the moment. Wang some 4.5 seconds slower on paper on entry times, 4:33.48 for Yinan Wang from China. Sam Hines entered 4:28.99 in qualification for these Paralympic Games. So just about 2.5 seconds shy of his own world record. So he's been on form this year. I'm sure it's all about the gold medal for this man come the final. Looking very comfortable in this heat number 1 of the men's 400 freestyle S8. 2 minutes 12.12. Has a 68-second 100 metres. We're looking at around about 4:27 pace at the moment. So not too far off his own world record standard. This is the third 100, the crucial third 100. I don't think he'll go up a gear in the heats this morning. Just keep this same pace going. Nice breakout, head down there, not breathing for the first 2 arm strokes. Torpedo to the surface there, very, very clean up to the surface. Nice low head position, one eye in the water, one eye out the water, keeping that ear placed in the water when he's breathing into the trough space that he creates. The crowd are enjoying this one. Some 6 metres clear of Yinan Wang from China. This is the final 100 now, 3:22.38. Well, he needs to come back in little less than 64 seconds. His first 100 metres was 63, but he settled into 68, so I really don't think he'll charge for that world record. Just keep a comfortable pace here and posting what will be surely a circa 4:30, which is very credible performance, and still stretching clear of Wang. Perhaps 7 metres clear now. And this is the final turn. A small kick to the surface there for Hind. Again, the head was down for a very clean breakout. And just keep the same rhythm and tempo all the way through this swim. Are we going to get under 4:30? It's going to be tight with 15 metres to go now. Just outside, but an excellent performance. 4:33.25 for the world record holder, Sam Hind of Great Britain. Yinan Wang cruising home in 2nd place. And Christoph Bacard of Germany comes home in 3rd spot. That's Jonathan McGrath of Ireland finishing in 6th. And Schmidtke there in lane 2. For Germany, touching home, but Sam Hind very pleased with that, acknowledging the support that's there for him today. And Suri of Hungary completes this lineup for heat number 1, and that time is official for Sam Hind. And there's the tumble turn. A small kick to the surface, an alternating leg kick. That lovely profile here. can see how he makes the water his home. In the water 4 hours every day of the week almost. If he's lucky, he'll take a day off. But there are the official results for heat number 1. Heat 2 are already lined up. 6 swimmers will go. McAllister in 2 for Canada. Wang in 3 for China. Oliver Hind, the brother of Sam Hind, will go in lane number 4. And Thomas Young, also for Great Britain, will go in lane 5. Oliveira will go in 6 for Brazil. Garcia Tolson in 7 for the USA. A good start for Thomas Young in 5, and he's up first. Centre of the pool, 1 lane down from Oliver Hind, both gentlemen wearing the red Great Britain swim cap. Going well in 2 is Wang of China at the top of the picture. But the 2 Brits storming away on this first length. Oliveira looking good in lane 6 for Brazil. Hind turns first by 0.04 of a second, so nothing separating the 2 British competitors in this heat number 2, 8 lengths of the pool. Men's 400 freestyle S8. These 2 will know exactly how they like to swim their individual races. They will have raced each other many, many times over the years. And of course, share the same training pool on many occasions on the training camps that the swimmers are exposed to in the years of preparation up to London 2012. So on the right of the screen is Oliver Hind, on the left of the screen the picture is Thomas Young. Oliver Hind already posted a 4:28.62 this season. A 4:32.70 for Thomas Young this season. It will be a very interesting final with the 2 brothers, the 2 Hind brothers battling it out, not only for a gold medal but potentially the world record, as Oliver Hind will want to perhaps step up and challenge his brother Sam Hind, not only for gold but for that world record as well. So it is Oliver Hind now, just about half a body length or perhaps a little more, clear at the halfway stage. 2:14.98, so that's 2.5 seconds down on the split time of Sam Hind from heat number 1. Oliver Hind breathing to his right-hand side all the while, so he'll be very aware down this length of where Thomas Young is, but Young not challenging, just sticking on pace, still around about the hips of Oliver Hind. Oliveira still in 3rd in lane 6 for Brazil, 2:49.96. Oliveira turning now. Wang is away. Wang in 4th. Now this is interesting. Thomas Young now taking on the race. Injection of speed off that turn down this 3rd 100 metres. Going to his legs quite heavily here, this 3rd 100. Thomas Young strong, kicking into the turn. Breathing straight away though out of that turn. Taking as much oxygen as he can, breathing on every stroke as well. Oliver Hind slipping back now to a full body length, so role reversal here. Just about a minute ago, Oliver Hind was almost a full body length clear. Thomas Young demonstrating his strength in the second half of the swim. And here's the final turn, 3:59.60. Oliver Hind in second, Oliveira still in third. Oliveira posting a 4:44.19, so he's on song for a good time, but clear of all of his competitors is Thomas Young of Great Britain. Now a body length and a half clear of Oliver Hind of Great Britain. That's a very good time, 4:34.16 for Thomas Young. Season's best 4:32.70. So a good morning performance for him and solid into the final. Garcia Tolson there, coming home for the USA. So there's the winner, Thomas Young, winner of heat number 2. Underwater pictures demonstrating the tumble turn, fastest turn around the wall. Thomas Young there. Wonderful head-on picture. Then coming into the finish inside that magic red hot zone, 5 meters clear of the finish. The red discs will tell the swimmers to spot that wall right, to finish on a full stroke and stop that electronic timing system. And those are the official times there for heat number 2. And there's the final, the lineup, 1 to 8. Hind, Young and Hind. So Great Britain qualify first, second and third. Can they take the gold, silver and bronze? We will know later on this evening as we move on to the women's 400 metres freestyle S8 heat number 1. And there's the lineup. Great Britain, 3 competitors in this heat. Jessica Long, a formidable world record holder and defending Paralympic champion, 4:44.17 her world record. The Paralympic record
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome
she broke
the athletes for
in
heat
Beijing,
number 1 of the women's
4:47.45.
4:47.45.
Peruvi coming out there for Canada. Elliott goes in 2 for Australia. Cohen in 3 for the USA. Fredrickson will go in lane 4 for Great Britain. Hollis, Emma Hollis, will go in 5 for Great Britain. Vinther will go in 6 for Denmark. And Henshaw, Charlotte Henshaw, completes the lineup in 7 for Great Britain. That's Fredrickson there in 4, 4:51.72. Well clear of her nearest rival, who is in fact Emma Hollis, on paper a 5:24.48. So some margin of difference there, and I'm sure that will give a great deal of psychological comfort for Heather Fredrickson of Great Britain as she takes on the challenge here for heat number 1. Good start for Fredrickson, and she's up first. She was good away from the blocks, a good reaction and good underwater as well. And that's the 15-metre mark where we have those small red discs and the larger red discs here at the 25-metre points. That's exactly halfway down the pool. Fastest swimmers always are positioned in the centre of the pool between the yellow lane ropes, these anti-wave lane ropes that keep the waters like a mill pond. 34.38 for Fredriksson, always having the red discs at 5 metres stretching down the pool. And on the bottom of the pool we have that central line, so swimmers will be aware of staying centre of the lane. They don't want to swim in a chain formation where they may end up swimming down one lane rope and then going up the other side of the lane, hugging the other lane rope, swimming in a circle somewhat. We want to be swimming 400 metres, not 404 metres. Fredriksson quite tight up the lane rope at the moment, but she'll probably hold that line all the way through the swim. And coming into the turn at the bottom of the pool there, not only do we have that black line centre of the lane, but we have a T at the end of that line, and that's always a standard 2 metres away from the end of the pool, away from the turn, so swimmers will know they have a full stroke cycle to go into that turn. So lots of indicators down the lanes to help these swimmers perform at their very, very best. Fredriksson is doing just that. 8-9 metres clear of her nearest competitor in 3. Cohen, Mackenzie Cohen of USA, turning second. And Elliott, Madison Elliott from Australia, turning third. Fourth in lane 6 there was Amelia Winther of Denmark, but streaking ahead. Heather Fredriksson of Great Britain. Still keeping that nice line, so she's deciding to hug and follow that anti-wave lane rope, staying to the left of the lane as she approaches that turn. Actually moving across there, directly to the opposite side of the lane, so that's very unusual, perhaps taking a look at competitors over that side, but she must realise that she's well clear. The angle of the push-off there took her directly to the opposite side of the lane, which can add some inches to your swim at the end of the day. Moving back to the middle of the lane, pushing off, and that angle taking her to the opposite lane. I think come the final, she'll be talking to coaches, or coaches will be talking to her about keeping that line. We saw the same with Rebecca Adlington at the Olympic Games. And sports science was saying that it can certainly add some distance onto your swim. Quite some metres, anything around about 4 or 5 metres onto this very tough middle distance event. Now, swimmers are racing for a good 4 or 5 minutes. World record 4:44.17 for Jessica Long. 3:43.38 at 300 metres for Heather Fredriksson. Turning second in lane 2 is Elliott Cohen in 3. Well, it's Heather Fredriksson all the way for Team GB. Almost in her own swimming pool there. 20 metres clear of the field. And there's the final turn, 4:21.63 at 350 metres. Second is Elliott. Third is Cohn. Heather Fredriksson, a very strong performance. 4:51.72, her entry time. A great swim this morning. And the inside 5 minutes, it is 4:58.29. The winner right there, Heather Fredriksson of Great Britain, coming in lane number 2, Madison Elliott of Australia. And that was the order all the way. Mackenzie Cohen touching home for USA. Fredriksson looks pretty pleased with that. Did what she had to do. Amelia Winther coming in for Denmark in 6. Camille Berube, Canada in 1. And Charlotte Henshaw home now for Great Britain in 7. And the third British competitor coming home in lane 5 in the name of Emma Hollis. Well down on her best, an entry time of 5:24.48, so she may be a little disappointed, but there's the winner once again, the name of Heather Fredrickson. Very powerful swimmer. Wonderful photography brought to you all here at London 2012. The lighting is the absolute best in the world to bring you these very sparkly HD pictures and slow motion graphics. Quite incredible how it feels so alive even when we're perhaps thousands of miles away. And there is the official result for heat number 1. So moving on to heat number 2, and there's the start list. Jessica Long goes in 4 from the USA, a world record holder, defending champion, there she is.
Take your mark.
All swimmers using a track start technique. Very well away is Morgan Bird in lane 3 for Canada. Very smooth into the water, and she surfaced well, but now stroking into the lead. Jessica Long in lane number 4. So Long's going to turn first. 33.43. Not much separating second place. The lineup across the pool. Mailhot is in 1 for Canada. Panster's in 2 for the Netherlands. Bird in 3 for Canada. Long, of course, USA out in the lead in 4. Bro goes in 5 for the USA. So teammates next door to each other. Cabus goes in 6 for Germany. Lisa Denbraber in 7 for the Netherlands. Well, 10 metres clear already. At 100 metres, 68.35. Again, the 4 competitors closest to her, all in a line, nothing separating second place. They'll all need to challenge for a good time. It's not a case of coming second or third or even first in your heat. You've got to post a fast time because it is the fastest 8 that go through. Very different to athletics. You could come second in a heat and actually not make the top 8. That is possible. Not in this case. I would think these 2 competitors coming into the turn there. In lane 5 and 6, Bro and Cabus are doing more than enough to qualify. Certainly this young lady is now. So there's the bunch, the chasing group as it were. Well, 22 metres clear. You literally would be in your own swimming pool if it stretched to 25 metres, 2 international standards, 1 Olympic-sized swimming pool across the summer, 50 metres long, and then the swimmers will be racing short course metres through the winter months, a 25-metre pool. And here's Jessica Long, almost into her own pool, some 25 metres clear now of the chasing pack. Quite incredible, sub 3 minutes there at 250 metres, 2:56.16. This is the third 100 metres. Cabus in second place for Germany. Morgan Bird in 3, turning, trying to chase her down. Cabus looking good, but not as good as this lady, Jessica Long, the world record holder, the defending champion. The third 100 complete, 3:32.49. Needs to come back in 1:12. And that's not out of reach. It really isn't, so this is a very strong swim. The Paralympic record, 4:47.45. The world record, 4:44.17. Still in second place, Cabus, Julia Cabus from Germany. Here's the last turn of Jessica Long, 4:08.77. Got 39 seconds to get down this length for a new Paralympic record. It's going to be inside that for sure. 15 seconds away from what would be a new world record, but some 18 metres down the pool, so that's not on the cards. But a very good swim. It's just going to be outside, I think. Only just. Oh, very tight. The new Paralympic record only just outside the world record. Didn't she make that look easy? Goodness gracious. Well, the look on her face there tells me that she'll swim well inside 4:40 come the final. Morgan Bird now into second place. Cabus was second pretty much all the way, but tight on the finish. Bird getting a touch for second there. Fourth in lane 2 was Romy Panssers from the Netherlands. Very cool, calm and collected, Jessica Long. Sarah Mailhot coming in for Canada, up there in lane number 1. 5:36.85 her entry time. She will wanted to have achieved a personal best. Well, it really was a clear demonstration of excellence by Jessica Long. Long arms reaching forwards, great finish at perfect arm's length. There is the new Paralympic record for Jessica Long. Long, Bird and Cabus. The 1, 2, 3. And that's the lineup. Long, Fredrickson and Elliott chasing down the medals. Rowe there in 8th place for the USA, qualified well. Men's 50 metres butterfly now, S7, heat number 1. And there's the lineup. These swimmers will be parading in from the left-hand side as we look at the picture on our TV screens. There will be a ready room there. Rong Tian, the world record holder, defending Paralympic champion, 30.37. Set that world record in Beijing. China having great representation here in the pool. First representation of the nation was back in 1984. But there's the crowds up to the rafters. Almost complete capacity this morning. Not many spare seats at all, which is always good to see. All the seating there around the pool side, of course, is for the competing nations and management, coaches and athletes. So we're starting down the opposite end of the pool. Of course, this is just one length. One length dash on butterfly, the second fastest of the 4 competitive strokes. So these gentlemen just in front of the podium, where if their dreams come true, they may well be receiving medals later on this evening. That's Bodejko there in lane 4 for the Ukraine. Well, I'm sure we all know his name by now. Not just from these games, but of course at the European Championships and World Championships 2 years ago, where he was a young name, the new kid on the block, and came storming through with awesome performances. 30.62 his entry time. So Bodejko, what can you do this morning in this heat number 1 of the men's 50 metres butterfly S7? Bodejko away well. Poltavsky goes in 2, Levy in 3, Bodejko in 4, Yang in 5, Lambach in 6. But look at this, gentlemen. Streak down the pool, lovely rhythm. Head going down and hips popping up, just like a dolphin cruising along the pool. Pulling away with every single stroke. Let's keep our eye on the clock. 30.37 is the world record. It's going to be very, very close. Oh, my word. 4/100ths of a second shy of the world record. Perhaps if he kept his head down there for the last 2 or 3 strokes, it would have helped him storm inside the world record. But gosh, I'm sure that'll be broken tonight. A lifetime best performance for Bodejko. Yevgeny Bodejko from the Ukraine, breathing there every stroke into the touch, which is unusual. Can be a little bit more streamlined and a little short, a little tight there on the touch as well. So if we spot that finish better come the final, head down for the last 2 strokes for sure, we'll see a new world record. Yevgeny Bodejko, great performance. Levy and Yang, 2nd and 3rd. Well, that will wake up heat number 2. There's the start list. Shi Yunpan goes in 4 for China, next to his teammate Xingang Wang. Matthew Walker for Great Britain goes in lane 3. Next door to him is Polap from Germany. Ajima in 6 for Japan. Perez Davila in 7 for Mexico. Well, a very quick start for Matthew Walker. He does like to get away well. A sprint freestyle specialist. He loves the 1-length sprint. But look at Pan go. Wang in 5. Wang in the lead. Pan trying to get back to him with that long-reaching, undulating stroke. Hips popping up really high. Matthew Walker dying away and tightening up, but onto the touch there, very close. 32.25 for lane 5. Jinyang Wang from China comes home first. Matthew Walker looked very tight there inside the last 5 or 6 metres. Pollock got away well with the quickest reaction off the starting blocks. Wang here. Shorter reach, of course. The long arm of Pan, 1 lane up in 4. But he got there. Wang got there by just a few hundredths, 17 hundredths of a second, to take the winning spot of heat number 2. So there's the final. Bodeko, Levy and Jinyang Wang. It's tight on the bronze, always is. Those guys posting 32s across the board. But we shall see what Bodeko does in terms of the world record later on. So moving on to the women's 50 metres butterfly S7, heat number 1. Susanna Rogers goes in 4. There's a complete lineup, so she's the fastest qualifier on entry times for Great Britain. Raxco goes in 1, Mihane goes in 2, Tan in 3, Rogers in 4, Palian in 5, Shot goes in 6, Howarth in 7, and Susanna Rogers just checking the back plate there. And the setting of that. There's 5 settings on the starting blocks. And that angle plate there can't be too far forwards or too far back. Depends how tall you are. Depends how long your legs are. You've got to get that setting right, otherwise you can be very uncomfortable on the starting blocks. Well, let's look at who pops up first, and really nothing separating these swimmers, but perhaps at the top of the screen, Sarah Meehan from Canada. Rogers, the fastest on paper with 36.01, is now into the lead. Rogers, Tan, Meehan. Rogers here, Susan Rogers. Full body length clear now. In second place is Meehan, Sarah Meehan from Canada. No doubt about the winner there, 37.45. Reasonably quick, nothing lightningly quick, but a good swim. Susanna Rogers of Great Britain, the winner of heat number 1. And the crowd like that one. And a smile from this young lady. Wonderful glide time at speed underwater there, travelling at some 5 metres down the pool or more before she breaks out into her stroke. Hitting the water at around about 5-6 metres a second. And there's the finish. Head down, you see there, compared to Bodeko. We had his head up all the way down the final few metres. Rogers there demonstrating good technique, good profile, good head position and a good winning time. So moving on now to heat number 2. The world record holder will go. Min Huang in lane 5 for China. But Frenny right there. Jacqueline Frenny of Australia goes in 4. Now Frenny's entered 34.80. And Mian Hang's world record 34.47. Min Huang entered 37.25. So this will be interesting. And they're away. Fred Bow in 1, Nielsen in 2, Yang in 3, Frenny in 4, Huang in 5, Almeida in 6, Receiver in 7. Going very, very well is Nelson. Brianna Nelson of Canada up there in lane number 2 ahead of Frenny. Frenny in 2nd place for Australia. And 3rd is Min Huang. Coming through now though, Jacqueline Frenny inside the final 5 metres. Fastest time so far, 36.03. The winner, Jacqueline Frenny from Australia. Up very quickly into her stroke. One of the first swimmers to take a stroke. We do travel much faster underwater if we can stay in that streamline position, but came through very much after the 30-metre point. Lovely reach, perfect finish once again. And the head down as well to post 36.03 and a fast 36.87 for Nelson. Huang 3rd in 37.73. And there's the lineup for this evening's final. Frenny, Nelson, Rogers, the 1, 2, 3, but Huang not too far away and will be challenging Rogers, Great Britain's Rogers, for a medal. That will be a tight race and a good one to watch.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the athletes for heat number 1 of the men's 50 meters freestyle S10.
So the next event up, heat number 1 of the men's 50 freestyle S10. So again, one length of the pool. Lots of sprint events here this morning from the Aquatic Centre. Andre Brazil of Brazil, the world record holder. He doesn't go until heat number 3. He'll be positioned in lane 4, but this heat number 1 right now. There's the Canadian. Nathan Stein from Canada. Isaac Buckley also from Canada. So Canadians, 2 competitors in this heat number 1. Buckley in lane 2, goes next to Edmonds in 3. Steen in 4. Zook in 5 for the USA. Grigorev in 6 for Russia. Plugmipu in 7 for Estonia, and they're away, and a very fast start. Very fast start indeed. Nathan Steen of Canada storming away here. 24.26. His entry time, the world record, 23.44 from Andre Brazil. All the way, Nathan Steen. Watch the clock, it's very, very fast, 23.89. A lifetime personal best and only just outside the Paralympic record and not too shy of the world record as well. That guy's pumped. What a performance, Nathan Stein this morning at 10.17. It's early doors. 10:17 a.m. What will he do tonight when the body's fully fired up later on in the day? Dramatic swimming, heat number 1. Smashed his lifetime best from 24.26. Grigorev in 2nd and Zook in 3rd. Edmonds down in fourth, 25-28. And that, I think, is a season's best by 0.08 of a second for Graham Edmonds of Great Britain. So he swam well, but here's heat number 2. That's woken everybody up this morning for this men's 50 metres freestyle S10. Drama already from heat number 1. Sultan goes in lane 1. Izadyar goes in lane 2. Anderson in 3. Rodriguez goes in 4. Lynn in 5. Silverman in 6. Pendleton in 7. Rodriguez away well. He's entered 24-24. Rodriguez from Brazil. And he really is storming. Great power. Silverman going very well in 6, though. But in 4, Rodriguez. Anderson 1 lane up in 3. Can't do anything about that. It's Rodriguez storming from start to finish. They're going very well in 6. Is Silverman, but 24-1-2. That's also very quick. 24-2-4 is entry time, so I was pleased with that. Philippe Andrews, Milo Rodriguez. Great demonstration of power and speed from start to finish. Great reaction off the blocks. Surfaced very powerfully into his stroke. Head down for much of the whole 50 metres. I think only took 2 breaths there. Rodriguez, the winner of heat number 2. So what will the world record holder make of that from heat 1 and 2? Andre Brazil, representing Brazil, goes in 4. Kufal goes in 1. Isiev goes in 2. Levesque in 3. Brazil in 4. Pasterfield in 5. That's Andre Brazil there. Kevin Paul will go in lane 6. That's Kevin Paul right there with the green hat from South Africa. Anderson nearest to us, representing Denmark, goes in lane number 7. Well, dramatic underwater. Just look at that man breaking out there. Almost half a body length clear the rest of the field. Andre Brazil. 2/3 of the body length clear of the field. Great power in his stroke length. Not taking a breath yet. Oh, there's a quick breath. Some 8 metres clear, but let's watch the clock. He's entered 23.52, 23.50. A new Paralympic record just outside the world record. Absolutely fantastic. A season's best by 0.02 of a second to set a new Paralympic record, just shy of his own world record by 6/100ths. Great technique, great power, wonderful dive entry into the water there, just slipping his feet through, following that body line. Only took the 1 breath, it seemed, like 8 metres away from the finish, to post a very, very, very fast 23.50 ahead of Pasterfield and Levesque. That was the 1, 2, 3 there. So this is now shaping up to be a very, very, very quick final this evening. And there is the complete lineup of 1 to 8. Brazil, Steen and Rodriguez go the 1, 2, 3, but not much separating these 8 giants, these great sprinters in the S10 category. So let's see what the women will do now in the same event. The 50 metres freestyle S10. 5 swimmers go in heat number 1. GB representation in the name of Harriet Lee. Mortimer, the world record holder from Canada, and Sloan, also from Canada, the Paralympic record holder. Usurus goes in lane 2 for the Netherlands. Morales goes in lane 3 for Spain. Lorandi, Elodie Lorandi goes in 4 for France. And that's her right there. Scott goes in 5 for the USA, and Lee goes in 6 for Great Britain. Elodie Lorandi posting a 28.88 on entry into this event. So all eyes on her. The favourite here in heat number 1. Well, Lorandi away well, but perhaps Harriet Lee much better off the starting blocks in terms of reaction time and very quick up into her stroke, very quick stroke rate. And Harriet Lee going extremely well for Great Britain, but chasing her down now. Elodie Lorandi in 4 for France. Lorandi's into the lead, and in second place is Scott for the USA. Lee's trying to hold on. Lee's swimming so well, but Lorandi here in lane 4 is going to take the touch. Scott's in second, Lee in third. Let's watch the clock. 28.95 is quick. Very quick indeed. Great racing. Elodie Lorandi, 28.95, the winner, heat number 1. Taking a breath there inside the final 5 metres, which is normally a big no-no. But excellent into the finish. Not much separating Lorandi and Scott. Morales and Lee getting touched out there by 0.05 of a second, but swam well to dip inside 30 seconds. 30.08 was her entry time, so well done to Harriet Lee of Great Britain. So here's heat number 2. Big name, Sophie Pascoe from New Zealand goes in lane number 4. And an entry time, would you believe, of 28.20, 0.03 of a second shy of the world record. So again, what sort of form is this lady in? Already a gold medalist here from day 1. This is day 2 and a totally different event. 200-metre champion, and this is 1 length.
Take your mark.
Well, wonderful underwater, Sophie Pascal. Not away as quick as other competitors, but look at the dominance here. Still no breath taken at the 25-metre marker. I think there was a quick breath there, taken so quickly, and another breath to keep the body in line, in a streamlined position. But going well is Ryabova of Russia, going well in lane number 3. But Pascoe, 28.41 for a new Paralympic record. Time performance. Sophie Pascoe of New Zealand. Hands overlapping there, so making a clean cut entry into the water. Hands meeting up in the air and overlapping. Great performance. After the second breath, the stroke rate slowed down a little bit. Tying up a little bit. And if she could get further down the pool before that second breath is needed to be taken, that could save her a few hundredths of a second See if she can get even closer to that world record tonight, held by Ashley Summer-Mortimer, who goes here in lane number 4. The Canadian and the world record holder. Parking 3, Mollenkamp in Parking 2, apologies. Mollenkamp in 3, Mortimer in 4, Downey in 5, Rivard in 6, Jablonska in 7. Downey away well for Australia. Surfacing first, as would be expected, is Mortimer of Canada. It's Mortimer into the lead. Demonstrating excellent power. She's now pulling away from Downey, Rivard and Mollenkamp. Mortimer now almost a full body clear. Second place is Rivard, but Mortimer 28-21. A new Paralympic record again. Well, what a final this will be. She can't believe it. Didn't look like she was in top gear there. Great demonstration of effort but relaxation. Tension and power but relaxation through the stroke leads to great performances, leads to gold medals, leads to records. And a smile to match the performance there. Summer Ashley Mortimer. A new Paralympic record, Rivard, 29-29. Rivard qualifying, took a sub-30, as would be expected to make that final. Eames goes in 29.72, but look at that. Mortimer, Pascoe, Lorandi, all posting 28 seconds for the final this evening. Men's 100 metres backstroke S9, heat number 1. 2 lengths of the pool. Matthew Cowdery doesn't go until heat number 2, the world record holder, but there's James Crisp, the much respected man from Great Britain. Multi-Paralympic champion. James Crisp posting a time of 63.52. The Paralympic record held by Cowdery, 63.34. World record 61.85. So let's see what sort of form James Crisp is in. That man right there for Team GB. I know James very well, a great gentleman he is. Great ambassador and role model for swimming and for Paralympic sport. Really is a nice guy. Very humble with his success over all the years. Really powerful guy in the upper body. Can do more pull-ups than I care to remember. Kalnia goes in 2. Beru goes in 3. Crisp in 4. O'Prince in 5. Colado in 6 and Hall in 7.
Take your marks.
Crisp twitched there a little bit. He anticipated the start and didn't get it right. The twitch wouldn't be enough to pull himself out of the event, but you can be disqualified for moving at the start. It was only a minor twitch, but lost him some ground on the start. O'Prince going extremely well for Australia. James Crisp very strong down the second half of the swim. Never dynamic over the first 25 metres, but doesn't want to give anything away at the start of the swim either. Well, there's the turn, 29.030.26. O'Prince, Crisp, Beru is the 1, 2, 3. For O'Prince here. is on song for a new Paralympic record, unless he dies away. James Crisp is coming back. Crisp for Great Britain coming back, 15 metres to go. Michael O'Prince from Australia hanging on. O'Prince and Crisp. Who's going to get the touch? It is going to be O'Prince, 63.86. Well, that was a good call. Seemed to be 63 pace at the turn and held form and strength all the way into the finish. Not too shy away from the Paralympic record of 63.34 held by Matthew Cowdery, who goes now in heat number 2. Michael O'Prince from Australia. 64.31 his entry time, so he's absolutely delighted with that. Entry time of 63.52 for James Crisp, so pretty much on form. A couple of small points to focus on for the final. Crisp there, 64.01, and Hall third in 66.33. And there's the lineup for heat number 2. The world record holder goes in 4. So Matthew Cowdery there, just jumping into the water. McGivern in 1, Prout in 2, Peters in 3, Cowdery in 4, Liu in 5, Soers in 6, and Tott in 7.
Take your marks.
A very, very good start for Peters of Great Britain in lane 3. But surfacing there, or was that further down the pool than 15 metres? We've seen some swimmers cut that very, very fine. You're only allowed to go to 15 metres. And if the head surfaces and breaks the water surface after that red disc, the first red disc, then they can be disqualified. So judges will need to take a very, very careful look at that. Swimmers aren't allowed to take any advantage at all. They're not allowed to go further than that marker. And at the turn, 30.94 is Liu, Tott, then Cowdery, the world record holder Cowdery. Good underwater, very, very good underwater. And coming back is Peters now. Peters from Great Britain. Cowdery, Peters, Liu. You look at the bunch here. Soers now coming in and Tott coming in. They really have to battle into the finish because the fastest 8 go through. They have to storm through. They cannot ease up. And the top of the picture here, McGivern from Ireland, swimming the race of his life into the touch. Is going to be 64.91 in lane 5 for Liu of China. Well, somebody's going to be disappointed there because someone will miss out on a final place. Very tight on the finish. Zhou Bing Liu for China. Entered a 64.10. Look at that for a finish. Blanket finish across the pool. Well, the world record holder down in 5th, 65.47. Let's wait for the lineup for the final to see the top 8 postings. Well, he snuck in Matthew Cowdery in 7th place. Great Britain's, that's good news for Great Britain's James Crisp, and also Peters in 4th. So the 65.12. So the world record holder, the defending Paralympic champion, Matthew Cowdery, after a dramatic finish, has qualified. The women's 100 metres backstroke S9 heat number 1. Will come through in just a moment. Stephanie Dixon, the world record holder, defending Paralympic champion, gold medalist. Looking down the start sheet here. Stephanie Dixon from Canada not competing. No Canadians in this. There's heat number 1 coming out now, but just 2 heats. We're only going to see 10 competitors battle this out for 8 places into the final. 69.30 is the world record. That was set in Beijing on the 13th of September 2008. And Natalie de Toy from South Africa will go in heat number 2. She's the fastest on paper, the only lady to swim inside 1 minute 10 with 69.83 on entry. Ellie Cole from Australia, 1:10.07, fastest qualifier for heat number 1. But we'll see Ince go in lane 2. For Trinidad, Dunn in lane 3 for China, Cole in 4 for Australia, Stone in 5 for the USA, and Gray, Emily Gray in 6 for South Africa. Through the air, Cole flew like a bird and surfaced well. Ellie Cole from Australia in the lead in lane 4. 1 swimmer down is Stone, 1 swimmer up from Cole is Dunn. Ellie Cole stretching her lead here. Very fast time already this year. She has swum 34.47. Looking at around about 1 minute 11, 1 minute 11.5, I would think, off that split, depending on how she swims down the second length in terms of pace. But lovely rhythm and balance, breathing in on one arm stroke, breathing out on the other. Beautiful rhythm all the way. 3 meters clear of Stone in lane 5. Well, this was strong down the second length. 1:10.74, so a high 1:10. Swimming inside 1:11's great performance this morning. 1:10.07 on paper, and that just looked very comfortable. Wonderful backwards dive there, trying to get the body clear of all the water through the air, arching up the back, flicking up of the feet, lovely backwards reaching dive, the head, a chin opening and the head rolling back to get a perfect finish there for Cole, ahead of Stone and Dunn in 3rd. Well, Natalie de Toy, the big name, big performer, splits the Brits. Maron goes in 3 and Millward in 5 with a full lineup. Rapé in 2, Maron in 3, de Toy in 4, Millward in 5 and Lynn in 6. Natalie de Toy in that light, bright yellow-green costume. Well, let's have a look at who's breaking out into the lead. It's Lin in lane 6. These Chinese swimmers always very, very good underwater. But Millward, Stephanie Millward, challenging now at the 25-metre marker. In fact, Millward just edging ahead. And going well is Amy Maron. Amy Maron in the red hat towards the top of the screen. In lane 3, going well. It's going to be Stephanie Millward at the turn. 34.27. So we're looking at a mid 110. Maron in second, Toy in third. Stephanie Millward bobbing around a little bit, not quite as smooth as Cole, who won heat 1, but this is fast swimming, powerful swimming. Stephanie Millward of Great Britain tying up a little bit though inside the final 10 metres now, the stroke shortening. Is it going to be a 110? It certainly is. 110.81. Second fastest time this morning by 7/100ths of a second. She will line up next to Cole for the final. And if she can just keep her rhythm going inside the final 10 metres, she looks very pleased, but looked a little tight inside the closing stages. But if she remains relaxed, she could do something very special this evening. There's her flip turn. That's Lynn. But there, Stephanie Millward into the final 5 metres at the finish. Great result for Great Britain. Particularly as Mariners qualified 1:14.21. Natalie Dutoy splitting the Brits with a good 1:12.52. So that was the 1-2-3. We'll take a look now at the lineup for the final, the 1-8. So Repe snuck in there for Germany, 1:17.55, but two ladies, Cole and Millward, the only two to swim 70 seconds for the 2 lengths. We look forward to that final later on tonight. So next event, the men's 100 metres freestyle, 2 lengths of the pool, the S11 category. 7 swimmers will go in this heat number 1. Well, John Morgan, the world record holder, set that way back in 1986. 26 years ago. So here are all the competitors now coming out for heat number 1. Zalewski goes in lane number 1 for the Ukraine. Smirnov now is a big name, he goes in 2 for the Ukraine. Polkowski goes in 3 for Poland. And Hamed goes in 4 for Spain, fastest qualifier, swimming well under a minute. The Paralympic record holder, the defending Paralympic champion in lane 4. Herbst goes in 5 for South Africa. Tildesley goes in 6 for Canada. Chekarov goes in 7 for Russia to complete the lineup. And Hamed of Spain, the Paralympic defending champion, the world champion, the European champion. It was my delight to comment on his gold medal winning success last year and the year before. Let's see if he's on form once again in this year, 2012, here in London. There he is, in great shape. Excellent physique. on the man who's going to defend this title, this 100-metre title, 2 lengths off the pool. 58.59 he's entered, so 2.5 clear of his nearest rival, Henry Herbst from South Africa, 1 lane away in 5. With the green cap there, just to the left as we're looking at the picture with Ahmed in 4. The whistle goes for silence at the start now of the 100 metres freestyle.
Take your marks.
Well, Victor Smirnov was away very well indeed. Smirnov, a big name in swimming. Ahmed going very well, but so is Herbst from South Africa. These swimmers having a visual disability, so there's the tappers at the end of the lane, so they know they're 1 stroke away from the turn, so they can get that rotation executed perfectly well. They'll be relying on stroke count as well. Of course, it's all about rhythm and timing, but they get some support from their coaches. Well, streaking ahead, Henry Herbst from South Africa, 60.12 on paper, his entry time. Really dominating this heat, number 1. Ahmed struggling. Tilsley and Cherkov coming through well, 59.64, it's good. Not lightning quick, but what happened to Ahmed? Not showing great form, but that man right there was on form. Henry Herbst of South Africa. One wonders what Ahmed is thinking there at the end of that performance. Dominated by this man, the South African Herbst in lane 5. There's the tapper. Tight on that finish though, could have gone in on that left arm. Didn't really need to take another stroke on his right arm, having been tapped there on the shoulder. That was a well-timed tapper, but the swimmer not perhaps being aware of that and taking the extra stroke, which of course costs time, but still swam under a minute. So Herbst now leads the pool. Take back his accreditation. Judges there will be checking goggles. So the event is absolutely fair. Those goggles will be completely blacked out because some of those swimmers will have partial vision. So those goggles are completely blacked out. So it's a fair race across the pool with support from the tappers. So there we have the result of heat number 1. Moving now straight into heat number 2. Reischke goes in 1. Mashenko goes in 2. Kimura in 3.
Take your marks.
They're away. Schneider in 4, Yang in 5. Makenkov goes in 6 and Suzak goes in 7. Well, the American, Bradley Schneider. A little bit down on Yang, who's leading, 27.13. But Bradley Schneider coming back now, as would be expected. 57.75 on paper compared to 59.03 for Yang. So Schneider challenging, but Yang Bozun Yang in lane 5 for China. Is he going to hang on? Schneider challenges once again. 57.18 in 4. Bradley Schneider gets the touch. And a very, very, very quick time for a new Paralympic record. Steals that from En Hamed, who didn't perform well in heat number 1. So that really has set the standard. Bradley Schneider winning heat number 2. There's the tappers once again, just across the shoulder, and a good reaching, lunging finish, maintaining speed into the touch there. It looked a long way out, but swimmers can maintain that speed for a certain distance before they decelerate. So that was a good finish from those two competitors, Yang and Schneider. Schneider taking the win. So all checks being done. Schneider there, you could see the red marks up his left shoulder. I did wonder whether he caught the lane rope, those big, quite sharp anti-wave lane ropes. A bit uncomfortable there, but we've seen the lineup for the final. He qualifies fastest with that new Paralympic record. There's the official lineup for that final. 2 men posting 57 seconds. So once again, that shapes up to be a very interesting and tight final this evening. Now for the start of the women's 100 metres freestyle S11. 6 swimmers go. We have 3 heats in this event. Cecilia Camellini, one of my favourites. Always great to watch, particular when she's receiving medals, almost dancing on the podium, I remember. We look forward to seeing what she can do. But she doesn't go till heat number 3. This is heat number 1. Akiyama goes in 2 for Japan. Ikinaga goes in 3 for Japan also. Schulte goes in 4 for Germany. Kavin in 5 for Switzerland. Yakibuk goes in 6 for the Ukraine. Berezna completes the lineup in 7, also for the Ukraine.
Take your mark.
Different starting techniques there. Some swimmers using a track start and some more traditional grab start. And of course, this is a freestyle event, which means you can do any of the 4 competitive strokes. Ikinaga choosing to do the backstroke. Front crawl is the fastest of the 4 competitive strokes. But swimmers have the choice, taking their personal best stroke for this event, the freestyle event. Schulte turning first, 1:10.78 her entry time. 1:08.96 is the Paralympic record set on the 12th of September 2008. Daniela Schulte in 4 for Germany. 3 or 4 metres clear. A very good swim indeed. 1:11.60. Ikinaga taking second spot. She looked absolutely exhausted there, gave it her all in lane 3, Naomi Ikinaga. But there, the winner of heat number 1, Daniela Schulte of Germany, 1:11.60. There's a track start technique, and once again those hands coming quickly together, overlapping, so we can cut into the water with great precision, head down, not breathing straight away. There's no need to take any oxygen when your lungs are full at the start of the swim. Still no breath is taken. These swimmers have huge lung capacity and they'll train for that. It takes many years of dedication, commitment. Lovely lunging finish as well. Absolutely wonderful to see. Not only the swimming technique there, but the skills as well around the start and the finish. Absolutely spot on. Congratulations to Daniela Schulte of Germany. That's Ikinaga there, just moving along poolside, exhausted at the end of that swim. Well, that's a good shot of the anti-wave lane ropes. We can actually see those wonderful discs there that rotate. They turn around 360 degrees to flatten out these waters as the swimmers swim by, and so it doesn't wash onto the opposite lanes. And of course, when the same swimmer comes down their own lane, they're into mill pond waters, very, very smooth crystal waters. Well, here we have heat 2. 6 swimmers will go. Ono in lane number 2 for Japan, Fisher in 3 for New Zealand, Z in 4 for China, Lee in 5 also for China, Kelly Costello in 6 for New Zealand, and Blow M completes the line for South Africa in 7.
Your mark.
So again, differing techniques at the start. Some swimmers in a crouch position, some standing, some in a track position, some in a grab position. It's all about what works best for you. Lee is in the lead in lane 5 for China. Fisher going well for New Zealand. Mary Fisher in lane 3. But it's Lee turning first, 33.20. Then Fisher and then Z. That's the 1, 2, 3. Still in the lead is Z, but chasing her down is Mary Fisher. Guizi Lee of China digging in once again and extending that lead. It was a good 25-metre section, the third 25-metre section by Mary Fisher, but Lee very strong down this final 25 metres, posting 1:09.38. A little less than half a second off the Paralympic record, so she'll be pleased with that. Beating her teammate. Qingji, who is, of course, the Paralympic record holder, 108.96. Guizi Li. Tight up that lane rope, almost clipping the lane rope with the fingertips on each stroke, just so they know that on line. And the tappers there to support their finish in this category, the S11. (1:13.85) her entry time, so absolutely smashed her lifetime best time. There's the check of the goggles to make sure they are completely blacked out, given the fact that some swimmers will have partial vision and some will have none at all. So all of those goggles completely blacked out and always checked at the end of every race, every event for this, the S11 category. 14 categories. The lower the category number, the greater the disability. But these Paralympic Games are always about the ability of the individuals, and we've seen great racing, great records and great medals already after day one. There's heat number 2 now. Cecilia Camellini goes in this heat. And there she is.
Take your mark.
Martinez goes in 2, Richard in 3, Camellini in 4, Thomas in 5, Baez in 6, Pidubna goes in 7. Cecilia Camellini from Italy in the lead. Amber Thomas from Canada going well. 1 lane down in lane 5. Richard going well in lane 3. But it's still Camellini, Thomas, Richard. Camellini breathing both sides, to the left and her right. Just keeps the balance of the stroke well. But Thomas, Amber Thomas, really strong here for Canada. Inside the final 10 metres, Amber Thomas really making a challenge. She's going to get the touch, and she does. 1:11.15 to beat Cecilia Camellini. Really inside the final 2 metres, and Camellini there we can see in lane 4 really puffing and panting, trying to get as much oxygen in as she can. Again, giving it her absolute all, but that's the winner right there. Thomas for Canada. Camellini still completely breathless. Heart rate of these swimmers can reach something as high as 206 beats a minute at the end of such an intense race. There's the tapper offering support a little bit early, actually, there for Camellini. Thomas taking the touch. Amber Thomas of Canada. 1:11.80 her entry time. So Cecilia Camellini, the world record holder, perhaps not on great form, in good form, but perhaps not as good as her world record breaking swim on the 17th of August 2010, when she took the world title in Eindhoven. And there's Camellini right there with her coach. So there's the official result. Thomas, Camellini, Ricard, the 1, 2, 3. And the lineup for tonight's final from those heat results. The fastest 8 will go Lee, Thomas and Camellini. But look at Schulte and Fischer, not much separating those individuals as they'll be battling it out for silver and bronze. But Lee, the clear favourite for gold as we move into that final later on tonight. So now we have the men's 100 metres backstroke S14. So this is the highest of all the categories. So these gentlemen will have a learning disability. So no physical disability at all in the S14. Having been absent for a number of years from the Paralympic Games, it's good to see this category back in London 2012. Kilduff goes in 2 for Australia, Lee in 3 for Hong Kong. Sugawa in 4 for Japan, then Proctor for Great Britain goes in 5, and Lee in 6 for Korea.
Take your marks.
They're away well, a very, very, very good start for Sugawa. Leading now at the moment is Lee. Lee from Korea, 1:07.47, his entry time. This is a blistering performance for Lee. Ben Proctor trying to get back. Proctor in 2nd for Great Britain, not wearing his national cap here. 29.85, Lee, Proctor and Sugawa. Proctor needs to increase his stroke rate here if he needs to get back in contention with Lee, but this is only the heats, remember. Sugawa 1:04.23 to enter. Proctor's 65.43, but Lee, let's watch out here, because the world record minimum standard set by the IPC is 1:02.36. It's going to be very close, a little outside I feel, but 1:03.32, absolutely splendid. Quick all the way, the field could not live with that. Kukin Lee, then Proctor there. Well, what's he going to make of that? I wonder. And there's the finish. Again, well timed. Lee from Korea, a happy young man. 4 seconds inside, 4.15 seconds inside his lifetime best time. That's the way to do it. So after those official results from Heat 1, move into Heat number 2. Again, some big names go in this heat. Mark Evers for the Netherlands goes in 4. He's the fastest with 62.50. Heath goes in 2 for Canada. Tang in 3 for Hong Kong. Evers in 4 for the Netherlands. Moores goes in 5 for Great Britain. Ayu goes in 6 for Hong Kong. Svezrisson goes in 7 for Israel.
Take your marks.
Nice start from Aaron Moores of Great Britain in 5. He now surfaces, doesn't surface as well as Tang. Evers down a little bit on Moores. Tang going very well in 2. Ao from Hong Kong pulling back against Moores. Ao for Hong Kong in 6. Looks like Aaron Moores of Great Britain could go through the turn first, and he does. 30.77. Second is Tang, 21/100ths of a second down on Moores. Evers is now starting to challenge. This is a good performance by Aaron Moores of Great Britain. Dead centre of the lane, but here comes Mark Evers of the Netherlands. He does like the back end 50, he does like the final 25, he enjoys more the final 15, and he loves the final 5. And here he is into the final 5 metres. Let's watch the clock. Is it going to be a record just outside 1:03.42? The world record standard set by the IPC on the 15th of August 2012's 1:02.36. Well, that was a good swim by Mark Evers from the Netherlands. Also a good swim by Moores of Great Britain. And there's Evers. Cutting that little finger into the water first, and fingertip finish. Very easy to break your fingers actually on the touch, with great speed coming into the wall. Some swimmers touch with a flat palm of the hand, and some just take it to the fingertips. Sometimes it can be a bit sharp and painful. Great performance, Mark Evers from the Netherlands. So heat number 3. Van Pook goes in 2. Rodgie in 3 for Great Britain. Nagao in 4. Fox in 5. Vera Moran in 6. Liman goes in 7.
Take your marks.
Well, very deep underwater, but surfacing just before the 15 metres. Nagao of Japan. These swimmers from Asia do like the underwater motion and the speed that it can offer, taking great advantage from the start. Craig Rodgie trying to stay with Nagao, but struggling at the moment to stay with the speed, but he is in second place. Craig Rodgie of Great Britain, looking strong off the turn. Tomoyoki Neigo. Neigo in 4, leading all the way, 1:02.37. Here's his entry time, just 100th of a second shy of that world record standard set by the IPC. Well, he's tying up now as the crowd come in to charge. 1:05.00. Nagao fast finishing Fox for Australia. Daniel Fox in 5 did finish strong. But Nagao there, the winner of heat number 3. There's Fox. Very strong inside the final 15. And looks pretty comfortable in the face there at the end of that swim. Lunge for that finish, a long, long way out there. Daniel Fox for Australia will need to get that right for the final. Nagao, Fox, Vera Moran, that's the 1, 2, 3 there. Rodgie down in 4th. Let's see if Rodgie makes that final. Well, Moores makes it. Ben Proctor makes it. So 2 Brits are in. Team GB having a good Paralympic Games here. John Atkinson, the National Performance Director, I'm sure was delighted with the results at the end of day number 1. And we've had a good morning of day number 2 thus far. So we welcome the competitors now for the women's 100 metres backstroke S14. Same category as we've just had for the men. Minimum standard set once again because of the absence of this category from the Paralympic movement for a number of years. Minimum standard here, world record standard 107.63.
Take your mark.
Stefansdottir goes in lane 2 for Israel. Leo in 3 for Australia. Clark in 4 for Australia. Corrie in 5 also for Australia. Casco in 6 for Canada. Mikova completes the lineup in 7 for Czech Republic. Well, Taylor Corrie for Australia is in the lead. Clark in 2nd. Entry times of 1:10 and 1:11 respectively. Corrie there, the white hat, the swimmer nearest to us. Taylor Corrie being challenged now by Taylor Clark. And looks like Clark's going to take the win on a very good 1:11.29. 1:10.26 her entry time. Third place went to Leo, also from Australia, so that was a 1-2-3 right there. Interesting that Clark chooses not to wear one of those moulded silicone swim caps. Rather an old-fashioned silicone cap that's not as tightly fitted. These swimmers really wanting to be very streamlined and very aerodynamic, so a little unusual. Although perhaps it's psychological, perhaps she will wear extra go-fast kit come tonight's final. So there's the official result for heat number 1. No breath to be taken as we see heat number 2 now come forwards. 6 swimmers will go. Lindberg in 2 for Sweden. Leung for Hong Kong in 3. Firth in 4 for Ireland. Bethany 4th. Applegate in 5 for Great Britain. Medarts in 6 for Belgium. And Diaz for Mexico in 7. Bethany Firth doing very well there at the start. Bethany Firth for Ireland, 1:08.29 her entry time. Applegate for Great Britain, trying to get back on the tippy toes of Firth, who is still leading 33.12. Looking at around about a 1:09.0, I would think, off that pace. Challenging now is Applegate, but still Bethany Firth leading for Ireland, and here comes Applegate from Team GB. long range in motion. Good balance in a stroke. Bethany Firth tying up a little bit. Shorter strokes. Applegate charging. Applegate, the final stroke. It's hers. 1:10.32 on the final stroke. Jessica Jane Applegate, Great Britain. What a well-timed finish that was. Bethany Firth, didn't she do well? Ireland having a good games. Number of names featuring high in the heats and rankings into finals. The rotation around the turn there was excellently timed for Applegate, as was the finish. We can see how she has a much more open chin position. That was a crashing finish by Bethany Firth. Applegate within her swim stroke had that open chin position with more direct upwards vision, which supports the body on the water surface. Only 100th of a second separating those two competitors. Again, great racing. Now, two British competitors go in this, the final heat, heat number 3. Murphy in 2 for Canada, Massey in 3 for Great Britain. Kulk in 4 for the Netherlands, Davis in 5 for Great Britain, Chow for Hong Kong in 6, Alonso Morales in 7 for Spain.
Take your mark.
Great starting position for Chloe Davis of Great Britain. Great positioning on the wall and into the lead because of that. 1:10.44 her entry time. Kulk going well though, going with her. Kulk with the white hat from the Netherlands, and Natalie Massey from Great Britain in 3rd in lane number 3. Tight at the turn. It's Kulk, 1500ths of a second. Davis in 2nd place. Marlo van der Kulk from the Netherlands on the right hand of the screen, being challenged once again by Chloe Davis of Great Britain. Natalie Massey still in 3rd, a body length down. But here comes a charge once again of Chloe Davis. Great Britain. Kulk in 2nd. 1:09.22. Lifetime personal best for her. Marlo van der Kulk entered 1:07.64, just 100th of a second shy of the world record standard set by the IPC. Well, Chloe Davis would have seen that, she would have known that, and thought, well, we'll see what we can do about that. And she brought it home in a perfectly well-paced race. To take 1st place for herself and Great Britain. Davis, Kulk and Massey, the 1, 2, 3. Massey easily into the final with 1:11.89. It won't be sent to the pool though, a number of 1:11s this morning. There you go, all bunching up. But making the final by 2.2 seconds there, Natalie Massey in 7th place. But medals are wide open there, certainly when it comes to the bronze. So as we are nearing the final heats of this morning, we look forward to the men's 100 metres butterfly S13. Heat number 1 will come forwards in a moment. 5 swimmers will go. Holt lines up for New Zealand in 2. Shafarov will go in 3 for the Ukraine. Boki in 4 for Belarus. Bauer in 5 for South Africa. Pankov will go in 6. Dmitry Sally, the Paralympic record holder, 58.89, will be featured in heat number 2. And he will line up right next door to the world record holder. World record holder Timothy Antalfi. Antalfi's world record 54.92 is absolutely blistering. Set that this year in Adelaide in Australia on the 21st of March. So that man has to be on form. Sally's Paralympic world record, of course, was set in Beijing when he took the gold medal and the title on the 7th of September 2008. Dmitry Sally from Belarus. Big name in Paralympic swimming. I remember commentating on his European gold medal successes last year. So lots of support for Australia, lots of support for Canada. National flag of Canada, national flag of USA, Spain, Great Britain. 164 nations competing here in London 2012. The biggest level of attendance the Paralympic Games have ever experienced. 18 nations more than there were in Beijing. So here are the competitors for heat number 1 of the men's 100 metres butterfly S13. Just to remind you of the lineup once again, we have Holt in 2, Shafarov in 3, Boki in 4, Bauer goes in 5 and Pankov in 6. And that man there is Ihar Boki of Belarus, the Paralympic record holder and the defending Paralympic champion. So Boki away. I beg your pardon, it's Sally from Belarus, who's the defending Paralympic champion, who will go in heat number 2. Apologies for that, but Ihar Boki in lane 4 for Belarus. 56.24, his entry time. He will really be challenging his countryman Sally, the defending champion, come the final. Boki winning in 4, 26.80. Bauer in second. One swimmer down in lane 5. Bauer, Charles Bauer of South Africa, trying to get back on song, but looking very smooth. Boki, Ihar Boki of Belarus in 4. A low chin position, nice low profile, trying to get those hands inside the shoulder line. And a nice finish, 57.06, just marginally off his entry time of 56.24. So he's on form. And that is a new Paralympic record by some margin, and didn't it look easy? Almost a full 2 seconds inside the Paralympic record, but some 2 seconds shy of the world record. Excellent technique. Fingertip entry. Head down nice and quick to allow the hips to come through. Head leads the stroke in an undulating fashion, undulating at the surface. Some 2 seconds clear of Bauer, Pankov in third. 4 men there swimming inside the magic minute. So that was a pretty fast heat. But Boki really made it his race from start to finish with what was excellent technique. Well, let's watch out now for heat number 2. Hill goes in lane number 2 for Canada. De Boyo goes in 3 for Russia. The world record holder. Antal Fai goes in 4 for Australia. Sally Belarus in 5. Russo in 6. Golintovsky in 7 to complete the lineup for Russia, and they're away. Antal Fai into the lead, as would be expected, 54.92. Antal Fai of Australia. 25.63. Well, you can certainly swim 54 seconds off a 25-second split. 54.92 is his world record set early this year on the 21st of March. Timothy Antal Fai of Australia, 15 metres away from home. He now has 5 seconds for what would be a new world record. He's tying up a little bit. It's going to be very tight on the finish. Just going to be outside, 56.03. The last 3 strokes there, well, pianos and elephants are falling from the sky. He gave it his all to 50 metres with a very, very fast split time, but just 1.1 seconds outside his own world record. A new Paralympic record, of course, by a massive margin. Sally held a record of 58.89. So a crashing new Paralympic record, but it looked at one point some 15 metres out from the finish. It could have been a world record, so what will he do tonight? Timothy Antal Fai of Australia, the winner there. Heat number 2. Interesting that Sally swam almost 3/4 of a second inside what was his Paralympic record, what would have given him the title 4 years ago. So how much has that event come on in Paralympic swimming? Their standards are now through the roof. And that's the final lineup. Every single man under the magic minute. 59.92 to make that final. 56.0, the fastest in no other than the world record holder, Timothy Antal Fai of Australia. We look forward to that. So we move on to the penultimate event this morning. And it still is morning at 11:37. We've had so much racing. And it's the women's 200 metres individual medley SM5. 2 heats will go. No British representation in this event. But some big names nonetheless from many other nations. Hess, the world record holder, not here, of course, is retired now. The Paralympic champion back in Sydney in year 2000. That's Prologiviar there. Natalia Prologivia from the Ukraine. So the lineup here, 7 swimmers. Kesdi will go in lane number 1 for Hungary. Gavrilyuk will go in lane 2 for Russia. Homer Lopez in 3 for Spain. Prologivia in 4 for the Ukraine. Wu in 5 for China. Silva goes in 6 for Brazil. Cerioni goes in 7 for Italy.
Take your mark.
Prologivia away very, very quickly on that push start. Some swimmers choosing the starting blocks. It's a personal choice. They have the choice. And Prologivia not at all disadvantaged from starting inside the water. Very fast off the wall and into a streamlined position with those long ranging arms. And enjoying this butterfly leg. A little bit wide there with her strokes. That means she does more strokes with a faster stroke rate to get down the length than perhaps is necessary. We're trying to get those hands in line with the shoulders or even inside the shoulder line. That's going to reduce the amount of resistance that's created by the water. Some 1,000 times thicker than air, but Prologivia 44.20, clearly in the lead by some 6 seconds. Some 6 meters or so there now as she's stretching her lead to 7 meters. You go down the backstroke length, 1 length butterfly, 1 length backstroke, 1 length breaststroke and 1 length front crawl. So Prologivia, a world champion from the Ukraine. Some 12 meters clear now. Wonderful open chin position, directly upwards vision, ears in the water, line of water around the face, and a very quick touch turn there. She rotates around the wall with a back to breast. Head down, this is an interesting technique here. Head down for 3 strokes and a quick breath, if not 4 strokes. With the head down, it helps keep the body line high to the water surface. Quite a different technique to our Olympic swimmers. Many of the Paralympic swimmers adopting this technique because it's much more efficient for them to move through the water, given the propulsion that Prologivia needs to create from her upper body and from her arms. A very strong, very quick, sculling type motion. Not paddling too far back to her chest, not pulling the hands back past the shoulders, down her mid-region, keeping the hands out in front, keeping the hands in front of the shoulder line and stroking very quickly into the touch. 2:29.70 for Prologivia, and she's away now. This is the fastest stroke, and she can make up lots of ground here from the breaststroke to the front crawl. Breaststroke being the slowest of the 4 competitive strokes, and once again we see this great champion almost into a swimming pool of her own. Some 24 meters clear of lane number 5, Wu from China. Wu is on her way down the final length, but Natalie Prologivia almost now into the finish. The world record's 3:13.58. It's going to be very, very close. This has been a splendid swim. How close can it be? I feel it's just going to be outside. What a performance. 3:19.07 is her entry time. 3:15.50. Less than 2 seconds off the world record. Absolutely splendid performance for Natalia Prologivia from the Ukraine. Wu from China coming in now. taking second spot for heat number 1. Qi Wu from China in 5. Silver in lane 6, finishing the event for Brazil. Homer Lopez, Lorena Homer Lopez for Spain. Stopping the electronic clock in her lane with the touchpads at the end. But there's a very cool, calm and collected Natalia Prologivia. And lane number 2, Gavrilyuk, Natalia Gavrilyuk for Russia. Completes the course. And a good race going on for 6th and 7th. At the top of the picture there is Kezdi. Reka Kezdi from Hungary comes home, and the final swimmer to finish in lane number 7, Stefania Cirioni of Italy. And now all swimmers, having completed that event, are allowed to leave the waters. You hear the whistle sound, which means they can clear the pool. And there's the head down position of Prologivia on the breaststroke length, completing that, and we can see that swivel touch turn there. And again, the head nice and low with downwards vision to support the hips and the whole body line. Excellent performance. Unfortunately, a disqualification for Reka Kezdi there of Hungary, down in 7th. So heat number 2 now of the women's 200 metres individual medley SM5. What will Sarah Louise Rung make of that? There she is, Sarah Louise Rung of Norway. 3:16.00 her entry time. Well, she had the fastest entry. But Prologivia has made a big difference to that. Sarah Louise Rung in the water. Omi Ramos goes in lane 1, Liu in lane 2, Chauvel in 3, Rung in 4, Perales goes in 5, Engelhardt in 6 and Zambo in 7. And it was a very good start by Teresa Perales of Spain, but Sarah Louise Rung into the lead at the 35-metre marker, and extending that lead now to a full body length. Two quite short strokes into the turn, but 43.19 for Sarah Louise Rung in first place. Perales in second, Chauvel in third. Natalia Chauvel from Belarus. But there is the winner at the moment, Sarah Louise Rung. Natalia Chauvel coming into second place. Teresa Perales now in third for Spain, but Rung demonstrating the strength of her backstroke, and is a superb breaststroke swimmer. So one would guess she would extend that lead. 3 metres clear of Perales. Perales just getting the touch, and now Chauvel back into third. big long reach forwards for Sarah Louise Rung. We saw in heat number 1, Prula Givia had a very fast stroke rate, sculling very quickly in front of the shoulders. Sarah Louise Rung stretching those hands forwards. And then when the head's down, doing a slightly shorter sculling action near the shoulders, but then reaching for as much water as she can pull on that very first stroke as the hands come back towards the chin. So head's down for 2, sometimes 3 strokes. And she's away, 2:34.59, 150 metres. The last length, the front crawl. And here you can see how much ground that the leading swimmers can make up when those swimmers are coming in on the breaststroke. Because it's the slowest of the 4 strokes, the freestylers can get away and make up more ground, as is demonstrated here by Sarah Louise Rung. Let's keep our eye on the clock. We're some 15 seconds away from the time that was posted by Natalia Prolagivia, 3:15.50 in heat number 1. This is a solid performance by Rung of Norway. It's going to be slightly slower though. Slower than Prolagivia, but a great swim. Sub 3:20, 3:19.59. So she'll be pleased with that. More in the tank, I feel. And coming home in 5. A good swim by Perales. Very strong down the front crawl. Chevelle just dying away. Great race between those two for, well, 3/4 of the swim up until the final turn. Chevelle not as strong as Perales down the final length. Engelhardt coming in here for Hungary. Katalin Engelhardt now stopping the clock, 4th place. And in lane 7, Diana Zambo from Hungary also. And Liu coming in lane 2 from Type B, but there, Sarah Louise Rung. And the final swimmer coming in to stop the electronic timing system up in lane number 1. Neighbor Ramasome from Colombia. So here's the breaststroke technique of Sarah Louise Rung. Head down there for 3 strokes to keep a good body position, and wonderful reach. Look how crystal sharp those fingertips are when she cuts them into the water, not taking any air down at all. And those results are official. Out of, course, heat number 1 there. If you remember, there was a disqualification by the judge in relation to Kesdi. A number of those swimmers will be into the final, but we'll await the official results for heat number 2 and see the list of finalists in just a few moments. And there it is, official. The results of heat number 2. Rung, Perales, Chauvin, Engelhardt, Zambo, Liu and Ramos. It's always nail-biting moments before the final list is posted, and there we can see the finalists will line up, and a great battle that will be between Rung and Prolagivia, as 8 individuals will take to their blocks to battle out for the medals later on tonight. Well, an exciting event to bring us to the close of the morning. The final event, the men's 50 metres freestyle S4. There's 2 heats. 15 swimmers will battle out for 8 places into the final. The fastest 8 will go through. Haneda, the world record holder, set that in 2004 in winning the Paralympic title in Athens, of course, but not competing here for Japan. No representation for Japan in this event. So 7 competitors come out for heat number 1. That man there, Richard O'Brien, very famous face. He goes in lane number 4 for Spain. Kukas goes in lane 1 for Lithuania. Schumacher goes in 2 for the Netherlands. Povisil goes in 3 for the Czech Republic. O'Brien in 4 for Spain. Sanchez Martinez from Mexico goes in 5. Durick in lane 6 for Slovakia. Laichkinin completes the lineup in lane 7 for Russia. So 1 length of the pool, the 1 length dash. Richard Uribe, the fastest qualifier on paper with 38.51. And it is Uribe, Richard Uribe from Spain. But a great challenge is coming from Durick in 6. Darko Durick trying to mow him down. Sanchez Martinez also going very well. Richard Uribe tying up a little bit. There's 15 metres to go. Durick still in the lead. Sanchez challenging. Sanchez perhaps inching ahead now. Sanchez into the final metre and he lunges for the wall in 39.48 and he does get the touch for Mexico. Very quick finish and very fast with that finishing arm to stop his light on number 1. A single light showing on his starting block, indicating he is the winner. Doesn't even have to look down the pool to check the electronic scoreboard for that one. Gustavo Sanchez Martinez of Mexico. Look at that lunging finish. Great spot onto the wall. Punching the air with delight and thoroughly deserves that win. Durick in second, Uribe in third. Povisil 40.6, that's good for him. Schumacher in there, we'll have to see if that's quick enough though. 43 seconds. I think Schumacher will see himself out of the final, but we will know in about 2 minutes as heat number 2 now come out. The final race of the morning here in London 2012, day number 2. What a great morning it's been. Well, a big name, David Smetany. If you've been fortunate to watch a number of the promo DVDs, the drama of those DVDs, the motivational aspect, the inspirational aspect of those videos has been brought to life by David Smetany in particular. There are many others But David Smetany of France lines up fastest in this heat number 2 with an entry time of 38.26. Again, a very well-respected Paralympic athlete. Castorina goes in 1 for Mexico. Cordero goes in 2 for Brazil. Kim in 3 for Korea. Smetany in 4 for France. Mustaeva goes in 5 for the Ukraine. Lindy goes in 6 for Sweden. Petrocek in 7 for Czech Republic. And Patterson in 8 for Australia. Grant Patterson in 8. A huge name back home in Australia. Often his face appears on billboards and televisions across the country. His nickname is Scooter. His little scooter parked up there. Help his mobility around the Olympic Village and Park. And they're away. All eyes on David Smetany though. What can he do? Well, in lane 3, Kim is going very well. But Smetany edging ahead. Also going well is Petrocek. Arnes Petrocek of the Czech Republic. But David Smetany now at the halfway mark is now clear of the field. Inching ahead now on every stroke. Stroking very quickly and taking a very quick breath to his right-hand side. Kim trying to make up ground. Kim from Korea swimming very, very well. David Smetany there was chased down. Well, what a race. In fact, 38.77. Mustaev. David Smetany not quite sure what's going on there. A little bit shell-shocked. Mustafayev of the Ukraine. 38.76 entry time. Tight finish. Smetany there, one lane up, trying to dig in, keeping the head down, trying to get the arm over as quickly as possible, and it was literally on the reach. So Smetany in second place, 38.97, and 2/10 clear of him. Mustafayev of the Ukraine. And there is the final 5 men swimming inside 40 seconds. Richard O'Brien qualified. See if he can get himself into the medals. And that final, of course, live tonight. Richard Aribi, one of the favourites for this title. And already swimming 38.51 this season, but will need to reach that standard come tonight. Down the 1 length. 37.54, the world record, set 8 years ago. And we're going to look at a swim off, the men's 100 metres butterfly S13, S13 category. And that simply means that we've had more than one swimmer post the exact same time. And we can only take 8 swimmers into the final, although there are 10 lanes across this Olympic pool. Only the fastest 8 will qualify, so if there's an absolute dead heat result with the absolute same performance time, they will have to wait until the end of the morning session and swim again and race again, and the winner will go through. It's as simple as that. So racing for just one place. So an extra race then this morning. Quite unexpected, but it does happen, and more often than you think. I actually feel that swimming is getting so tight these days that racing, yes, it can come down to a 1/10 of a second. Yes, it can come down to a 100th of a second. And swimmers can tie for medals. But I think it's perhaps time we look at allowing electronic scoreboards to highlight the thousandths of a second. Thousandths of a second are recorded back of house, but not front of house. Swimmers will just see their time to the nearest 100th of a second, which is often why a swimmer could be placed 5th and 1/6 but share the exact same time. The difference, the margin of difference, is in fact the 100th of a second. And I'm sure in this world of high tech that we live in, systems can be that accurate. We see it in other sports. So perhaps it's time in swimming to have that debate and consider the thousandth of a second. So 2 lengths of the pool.
Take your marks.
So here we have the swim off, 2 lengths butterfly in the men's 100 metres S13 category. The winner will go through. Russo at the turn for Australia. Hill for Canada. About a body length down now. Russo, Sean Russo for Australia. 61.71 is his season best. So I'm a little down on that this morning, but he just wants to get to that wall first. He's a full body length clear of Hill, still into the finish, and 61.24, a good performance for Russo. Sean Russo from Australia goes through into the final ahead of Hill of Canada, and Rousseau will feature in the men's 100 metres butterfly S13 final tonight. There's Rousseau. See the muscles rippling his bicep and the big vein through his bicep there, pumping the oxygen around his body, across his shoulders. Yes, he wanted that one. He got it. But great sport there, Hill from Canada, smiling and offering congratulations there. Just a second and a half down on Rousseau's performance. So a great swim-off, great race. And Rousseau will go through into a great final tonight. Well, you can watch us during the games again later on at paralympic.org. Paralympic Sport TV is broadcasting 780 live hours across 7 channels. Swimming, very popular, of course, has a dedicated channel to the sport. And if you like or want to know more about Paralympic Movement, you can follow us on Facebook, facebook.com/Paralympic Games. Or, of course, you can follow us on Twitter, and it's simply Twitter @Paralympic. Well, that does conclude this morning's swimming at 12:10. 10 minutes past 12 in the afternoon here in London. And it's been once again my great pleasure to bring you the live swimming commentary here in London 2012. Please do join me later on again this evening for more action in the pool. My name is Nick Gillingham. Do have a very good afternoon.